Okay, thank you, Aaron. In Wake Up Money, demand for housing is down, and so are sales of existing homes. But does that mean more people are looking for new homes? Joining us this morning to answer that question is Joseph Diasano from Keller Williams Realty. Joseph, thanks for taking the time to come in.
Absolutely.
What kind of trends are you seeing? Are you seeing more people buying new homes instead of existing ones right now?
From last year to this year, there have been about 24% that actually bought new homes. So because of the tax credit, right, and the extended credit, there's an ability to buy more house for your money and stuff like that. So it's good. You
know, in my neighborhood, I'm seeing that they started to build on lots, and they put up like 6 homes, and then they've got the pipes ready to go for the next ones, but they're just sitting there. Are builders not building as much anymore? Or?
Yeah, the challenge is to have financing that will extend throughout the lifetime of the project. So some banks are starting to pull financing or requiring more holding costs and stuff like that. So,
put in perspective what you're seeing. We're seeing, I mean, we've been talking about this for, it seems like, years now with this housing market. Put in perspective what the market is like right now. Is it improving? And it's not as bad in Houston as we see in other parts of the country.
I love Houston because of the fact that we have a low cost of living. Actually, the affordability, we look at the mortgage rates, it's a lot more affordable because now it's at average 5.04%, but back in like 1971, it's 7.48%. So that means it's your bottom line, your mortgage payment would be about $250 to $300 less now than it was way back then.
So you're telling me those, I want to get you on this, those 3.6 mortgage rates that I see advertised, those don't exist. I mean, you can't get a 3.
It's what they call a teaser rate, right? They pull you in so you make the phone call.
And then, hey, it's 5 something.
There you go.
What advice would you give people if they're looking to sell their home now? Is it a good time to do it now, or you want to wait?
Absolutely. There's 3 things that affect that. One, obviously, is the mortgage rate. Number 2 is affordability. The affordability now these days, which is like a percentage of your net income, is 15%. Back in 1971 and 1981, it was about 36%. And the third thing, there's a lot of buyers that are pickier, so you got to be real careful on how you present your home. Make sure you stage it, make sure you declutter it, make sure you do all the things that get that property to be differentiated in the mind of the buyer.
So it's a good time to sell.
Absolutely.
Good time. Really, I thought it would be, and I told you in the break, my neighbor had sold his house on the market for 9 months, bought it for $200,000, sold it for $197,000 5 years later, which is something we have never seen in the housing market where prices actually dropped. Right. Do you see that? People losing money in that?
Yeah, I've represented a couple sellers that had that situation. Typically, the rule of thumb is you never sell less than 5 to 7 years from the time you've purchased. And the reason for that is the appreciation hasn't come up enough to cover your cost for selling.
Very quickly, how long until this thing all turns around?
You know what? I don't have a crystal ball, do you?
I don't. I wanted to get your professional guess.
No, not going to go there.
Joseph Diasano from Keller Williams. Appreciate your time.
All right.
All right, time now for this. If you're